not a YouTuber, just like making videos. And I see what's going on here. You know, basically what's going on with Tyrone Thompson, he's using Tommy Sotomayor as a shield. You know, that's exactly what's going on. If you oppose him or whatever, he feels that you're going to be for Tommy Sotomayor. You know what I'm saying? How does that work? You know, and Tyrone proved everything that I stated in my last video and so forth. And let me tell you how this all started. Only thing I did was mention Tyrone's name in a certain video. And then Tyrone felt a certain type of way. Then he made a video. You know, his rebuttal or whatever, and then I made a video, but then I made a video called Strong Male Leadership. I took that video down, you know what I'm saying? So that proves that I didn't really want to get into any sort of squabbles with Tyrone Thompson. That's why I took that video down. But hence, me seeing that video he did towards Equeezy, and I'm just saying, I'm like, man, this guy is he's just being a big hypocrite here, and so forth. And what I did is that, you know, I made a rebuttal against what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? That I'm like, he had a whole lot of flawed logic. And so that's the thing. People can get on YouTube and do whatever they want, and then when you try to correct them and say, hey, you know, they'll say, well, you know, you always talk about logic and this and that. Now, you know, Tyrone went and, you know what I'm saying, tried to, you know what I'm saying, be slick and sly and talk about, you know, that I watch a whole lot of porn and so forth because I made this video talking about the porn industry. Now, anybody who follows my videos, I talk about a slew of topics and so forth. You know, I talk about Africa, holidays, and so just look at my library. Besides putting down rebuttal videos, and when I did my ghetto gaggers video, you know, I did my research. There was a lot in that video that I didn't know prior to that video because I went and did my research. The whole thing about Max Hardcore and so forth. So it's not like I'm glued to the porn industry and so forth. Do I watch it? Yeah, here and there and so forth. A lot of men do. It's a $13 billion industry and so forth. Now, Tyrone, you know, and the thing is with ghetto gaggers, it's pretty popular. If you, all you have to do is just look up ghetto gaggers there on YouTube and see how many people has made videos trying to expose ghetto gaggers. They even use ghetto gaggers as an insult. I've seen some dudes call females ghetto gaggers and so forth. So it's a whole lot popular than what Tyrone is trying to say and so forth. But hence, Tyrone is only using Tommy Sotomayor as a shield. Hence, when I had my videos, you know what I'm saying, when I came out with a string of videos countering Tommy's argument, if somebody wanted a piece of me, I'm like, hey, you know what I mean? If someone wanted to debate me about something or came at me, you know, I didn't use that like, oh, you're going against me, then you must be for Tommy Sotomayor and so forth. No, what he's doing is a complete cop-out and this and that. And he even stated himself that his movement, Tommy Sotomayor, and, you know what I'm saying, and 100,000 men against Tommy Sotomayor in a progressive black community, meaning there's other things going on. Now, if it's just against Tommy Sotomayor, he should just say it. He should take out that whole for a progressive black community off there and so forth. Now, if his whole goal is to go against Tommy Sotomayor, then that's you know, I can't see that, you know what I'm saying, being, you know, something that's going to be too effective, you know, and so forth, because, you know, there's other problems in the so-called black community. Now, he said, now, I'm telling you, in that video, it proved how puny he was. Like, for instance, he talked about sensitive men, that, you know, if anybody has a problem with him, he resorts to the same texts as Tommy Sotomayor and David Curl. What do Tommy Sotomayor and David Curl say? They always talk about effeminate men, sensitive men, and so forth. So hence, now that Tyrone Thompson goes against Tommy Sotomayor, he got his shield of armor and so forth, and so therefore he's using Tommy Sotomayor. I'm like, how does that work? That's like me saying that I'm go out, you know, just like that dude in Haiti, you know, who went out and wanted to help all them kids in Haiti, but, you know, he turned out to be a child molester, And if somebody goes against him, he's saying, well, if you go against me, then you're all for children starving. I'm like, no, it's not about that. I'm seeing your ways and your methods and so forth, and that you have to be called out and this and that. Now, hence, there's times when Tyrone Thompson have strayed from the path and so forth. And Tyrone Thompson had took low blows and all of this, you know what I'm saying, other stuff. I'm like, he's made fun of Tommy Sotomayor because of his heart attack, his mild heart attack, and things of that nature. But hence, he has an audience, you know. So now, I'm like, in a lot of ways, he needs Tommy Sotomayor. He'll always have an audience since he goes against. So if someone else has a problem with what he says, he'd be like, he put up his Tommy shield, you know, he put up that barrier, that shield there, like, hey, I'm going against Tommy Sotomayor, hence. Why would he make the assertion that, hence, if I have a problem with something he says, I'm for Tommy Sotomayor? That doesn't make any sense. When I recently made a video in rebuttal, but hence, I'm not going to sit here and allow him to use his videos toward Tommy Sotomayor as sandbags, you know what I'm saying, as a protective barrier against him and so forth. Now, he literally said in his video, porn was porn, which that was wrong, you know, and so forth. Then he says, well, I don't kind of watch this stuff, and so as it's no big deal. Hence, that's like me, you know, going on a crusade against Tommy Sotomayor, and then somebody saying, well, I don't watch his videos. Hence, he also said that YouTube is a public forum, you know what I mean? People can make rebuttals and this and that. But then he said to stay out of his business. Well, hence, his business is right there on a public forum. I'm like, this dude has no idea what he's talking about. And then he goes against me, says that I flip-flopped, that I was part of Wood Grain, and I'm like, man, that's irrelevant, because then he brought up the time where he somehow flip-flopped. I don't know how is it flip-flopping when you know what I'm saying, you're part of something and you know you see it for what it is, and then you know what I'm saying, you disassociate yourself and then you speak out against it. You know, that's like people do it all the time in the real world. You know what I'm saying? They get their work for a factory like the Hostess factory, and then you turn around and you see them with picket signs. That's like me pulling up to them, the people with picket signs, and say, hey, you're a flip-flopper. Then you used to work for this company and so forth. And this and that, and then why are you know what I'm saying, protesting out here with picket signs and so forth? And then they'll give me a logical answer. They say, well, they promised me this and so forth, and they didn't come through on their promises and so forth. Managing, you know what I'm saying, I'm a victim of you know, sexual harassment and so forth. So they can give a proper dissertation on why they're protesting against the company that they've signed on for and so forth. And you know, so that was irrelevant that he brought that up. He said that I was down with Wood Grain and so forth, and then I'm for Wood Grain. No, I've never jumped back on Wood Grain after I left and so forth. There may be times where I didn't have problems with the members. Now, I may be cool with some of the members, don't mean that I was back. Plus, I never screamed WGT and so forth. Hence, but he made amends with another individual that was talking bad to him. So hence, I can say, hey, you're flip-flopping up. You see how his whole platform is shaky and so forth. But you can't do anything against Tyrone Thompson because he's just going to bring out that Tommy Sotomayor shield, which that is highly flawed. I'm like, why is going against Tyrone? You know what I'm saying? You're going to be for Tommy Sotomayor. You know what I'm saying? Whoever that I stated that I was for his message, but I'm just feeling that right now Tyrone is just, now he got his audience that he's abusing things, that he can go around and do all kind of cop calls and insult people and so forth, and then just jump back and say, hey, you know, if you're for this or you're for that and so forth. Like him, he says that he says the ghetto gaggers are major corporations, that you can't go against these. No, actually you can. For instance, take the show, I'm going to use an example, the show Married with Children. You remember that show? There was a female, one female, almost got that show taken off the air. You know what I'm saying? It's one female. She caused such a fuss, it had advertisers pulling out that show. One female with her letters. And I think that the show Married with Children, like, you know, paid her, you know what I'm saying, a bunch of money or whatever, just to stop her crusade or whatever, and maybe she did sell out. I'm just telling you, one person could make a difference, and Ghetto Characters is not some big powerful entity, you know what I'm saying? So hence, going by his logic, you know what I'm saying, going by Tommy Sotomayor's whole entire platform and so forth, that, you know what I mean, I can say that there's no way Tyrone Thompson can really make a dent, you know, compared to all the his subscribers, his website, and what you know, so what else he has going on, you know, compared to what he's doing and so forth, which what he feels like he's, and maybe he is making a dent, you know what I mean? And I've never made a video against his stance against Tommy, but hence I'm like, but he can't just use Tommy as a barrier. That, you know, when someone has a problem with something else he says, that he says, okay, you're for Tommy. Man, that's a complete cop-out, and I completely lost respect. In his video, he made a bunch of malicious lies saying that I'm making a string of videos. No, I mentioned his name one time in a video. He felt some certain kind of way, so he made a video addressing me. I made a video back, but then I took that video down because I didn't want to have any problems with this dude. But then in his video toward Queasy, I'm just seeing his contradictions, and, you know, I had to speak out against it. You know me, you know what I'm saying? I made videos, and it doesn't mean that I hate him. I made videos against people that I like. Like, for instance, when I made a video against John Rhines, I just had you know, I wanted to dispute, you know, certain things that he said, and that people here, they take things the wrong way. They take things as an all-out barrage and so forth against them, so forth, which I literally pointed out, you know what I'm saying, some you know, flaws in the statements. Hence, he said porn was porn, and I said, okay, if that's the case, cartoons are cartoons, you know, and would he want his own children to watch racist cartoons and so forth? But yeah, I think that his platform is flimsy, because if it's all it is going against Tommy Sotomayor, which the average person on the street has not even heard of him, then, you know, what good is that, you know, and so forth. And hence, he's only going to bring, in a lot of ways, he's going to bring attention to Tommy Sotomayor and make him stronger, so forth. Like, as for me, I just make I just debate or debunk some of the things he says, and I keep it moving and so forth. Hence, when people came at me and so forth, I never used the fact that I went against Tommy and David Carl as a shield. I'm like, have at it, Hoss. You know, I haven't been toppled in a debate yet. Hence, and then the fact that Tyrone is going to run and say sensitive men. I'm like, he's mimicking, you know, the same thing Tommy says, the same thing David Carl says. When they're in hot water, when they can't take on a good debater and so forth, they're going to sit up there and call him sensitive. How am I sensitive when I didn't even call him names? How am I sensitive when he's made it a video? I just mentioned his name in one of my videos, and then he felt a certain kind of way to make a whole entire video dedicated to me. I made a video back. I took that video back because I didn't want to have any problems, but I'm seeing what's going on here. Alright, thanks for watching, and sally forth.